sun was peeking its head into the room. Border collie sleeping at the foot of the bed, but still I couldn't find you. Cold sweat, I was in a nightmare, searching in the dark, but I couldn't find you.
Good evening, guys, and happy Halloween! Welcome to the 5th episode of It's Med Life. And for today's episode, I'm kind of excited because I'm very glad to have on this podcast a friend of mine from Team Payamed. You all know her as Shiela Marie or Shie, and she's here today to be on the topic of Businesswoman. Actually, the reason why we're kind of a little bit running late today is because she was actually attending to her own business. So the question on today's show is, how does she manage to run a business while still being a med student, especially now that she's in her 3rd year of medicine? So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you to my friend Shiela Marie.
Hi guys, she's here.
Hi Shie, thank you for being here in the podcast, especially that you're very, very busy. Thank you for making time.
No, Zoe, thank you for inviting me. Actually, this is a good platform then to share my thoughts, my ideas, things like that, diba?
So Shie, so that other people can have a little bit of an idea about who you are as a medical student, can you describe yourself? How are you like as a med student?
Wow, that's a hard question. A simple question. Sagutin. So as a med student, I am the clutchy type of person. Alam mo yun, I tend to cram talaga like the day before deadline, yung mga ganun. Pero ngayon, I'm trying to like change my style kasi especially this pandemic, ang dami mo talagang kailangan adjustments na gawin.
True. There are a lot of adjustments, especially you're always constantly changing your studying habits and everything, right? It feels like we're always trying to adjust. So, to get to the main part of the show or the main topic, can you tell us a little bit about your business? What is your business for everyone else to know?
So, I'm currently running a milk tea store in San Juan City. So, yung pangalan ng store is Skip Milk Tea Laboratory. So, milk tea siya, but hindi lang siya about milk tea. We also offer foods like...
Oh, one moment. I think we lost Shie. Hello, Shie.
Sorry, wait.
Okay, there, we got you. You're back,
okay,
you're back.
Saan tayo natapos?
You also sell food. We can actually start from the top of the question.
Food, pasta. Yeah. Sorry.
All right. So, tell us how you started this business.
So, my business started last year lang. So, around December. Actually, I can still remember, super spontaneous na tong business na to. Kasi yung sister ko, she is really the businesswoman sa family. And then, one day, she just asked me, do you want to start a business? It's a good opportunity din kasi for you to try handling money and business, ganyan. At first, hindi ko naisip na shocks, nagme-med pala ako. So, ano to? You know, as a sponty person, I just dive right in. I accept the opportunity kasi it's an opportunity, di ba, of a lifetime to have your own business. So
True.
Yes, and ayun na. From there on, doon ako natuto mag-manage siguro on the process of like starting it din siguro.
All right. So when did you exactly start? Were you in first year med, second year med, or when did you start the business?
Last year. So I was second year medical student.
Wow. So how was that like? Could you give us like a story, or how was it like when you were starting out this business? How did it look like?
To be honest, this is my first business, so para talaga akong nangangapa. Alam mo, parang swimming pool nang hindi mo alam paano lumangoy. So, ganun feeling. And syempre, as a boss or as an owner ng store, you have to learn how to talk to your people, you have to learn how to manage them. And for me, noong una, it's very, very scary kasi first time kong hahawak ng tao. And, wow, I mean, looking back, oh my gosh, ayun. So, started last year and yung process, super fulfilling at the same time. Scary but fulfilling, ayun.
So how did you start it in a sense? Like, did you have to start from ground zero? Were you the one choosing, like, you were the one directly hiring and buying all of the ingredients?
With regards to hiring, ako yung nag-hire. Actually, I interview everyone na nag-a-apply sa
Wow.
store. To the ingredients naman, luckily, franchise ko kasi siya. So, I have my direct suppliers na. So, I don't have to look for other suppliers. I just have to get the supplies from the main branch. So, yun. And, fortunately din talaga na my sister is a businesswoman. So, kahit pa paano, nag-guide niya ako step by step through this process. So, I'm just very thankful for her as well.
But that's still, like, that seems still super overwhelming. I can't imagine being in the middle of second year while hiring people, interviewing people. That's a lot of work. How did you do that? Like, how did you manage your time during that time? Like, during the start of your business?
Well, to be honest, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's really hard to manage. It's really, really hard to manage business and medicine at the same time. But you just have to do it. You accepted this opportunity, and you need to see it as a challenge for you as well on how are you going to balance it. So, I think it's a matter of time management talaga eh. Ang vague pakinggan, but it's really time management. Like, you have to set kung kailan ka ba i-interview, kung free ka ba this week, or baka naman this week may quiz ka, so i-let go mo muna yung interview. You just have to just set things straight lang din talaga so that you won't feel overwhelmed.
And I noticed that you've mentioned it to us before that your business is already on like Food Panda already. So how did you even do that? Like, how does that work to be like, because I know a lot of people are starting small businesses, small food businesses. How do you get on Food Panda? What did you go through?
Yeah, kasi at first talaga, my goal is how am I going to expand the name of our store? So, then it just started na, oh my gosh, pwede pala ako mag-Food Panda. Why not try Grab Food? You know, I just started looking for contacts.
Mm-hmm.
I started by looking at their website, emails, diba? Then you're gonna send an email and then some agent will contact you. And doon na nagsimula, doon na rin siya nag-start. And luckily, we're on Grab Food and Food Panda na. And it's so, I'm so happy actually kasi with that, mas nag-expand yung name namin, mas nakilala. Seeing the good reviews, it really makes me happy.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, like, usually when you're on Food Panda, that becomes such an easy access, especially now that people can't go to the storefront anymore, right?
Yeah.
That's really amazing. I think that's really, really cool. Oh,
sorry.
it's fine. A little bit of a glitch.
Okay.
But yes, all right. So my next question is, since we moved on to talking about a little bit about the pandemic and how people are able to buy more things online through Food Panda, Grab Food, and all of that, how has COVID affected your business?
Oh, yeah, that question. Feeling ko naman din maraming naapektuhang businesses ngayon, and sadly, yes, naapektuhan din yung business ko because hindi lahat ng tao ngayon is lumalabas. Madami sa atin takot lumabas. And yeah, and also with the operating time, kasi before we are until 12 in the midnight.
Yes.
So ngayon COVID, nag-lessen kami ng closing time. So from 12, nasa 9 p.m. na lang kami nagko-close. And sayang din yung sales na for 3 hours kang sarado. So feeling ko doon din kami na-apektuhan. But yes, luckily, nasa Food Panda kami and Grab Food kahit pa paano. Na naka-cater naman yung mga foods ng mga tao sa bahay. So
did you have to make some sacrifices in your business because of this pandemic?
Sacrifices? Yeah. Parang, ano bang sacrifice? Wait lang. My sacrifices. Siguro I have to give more time din sa business. Am I going to... I tried and I started to think about the promos na, yung mga ganun. You have to sacrifice din the stocks talaga. Like, you have to give many promos. Buy one, take one. Free like this, free like that. You have to do that. And you have to sacrifice a portion of your stocks just to entice people to go and buy to your store. So I think that's also one of the sacrifices to make then talaga.
Yeah, I mean, that's really amazing. Like, hearing you do all of this thing, I start to reflect, what have I been doing during this COVID that she not only can balance a business, but she also has her own YouTube channel, guys. Like, could you imagine? How do you do this, Shie? Yes, all of her links of her socials are all in the description box. You can all check that out. So, when you're adapting to COVID, what were your strategies like as a med student and as first let's start as a med student. How did you adapt to our situation now?
Siguro I started changing my habits and my styles of studying. Like before talaga, 'di ba, like clutching ako na tao. Pero ngayon I realized na it's not gonna work for me. This is really not gonna work for me. I have to sort my time. I have to sort what subjects am I going to study. Like as much as possible, if I have free time, I have to study earlier or I have to study na talaga before the exam. Like, may business pa ako and everything else. So, kailangan pagdating ko ng exams, medyo ready na ako. Parang ganun. Para mas bawas sa iisipin ko. That's how I adjust, siguro. Like, yung habits ko.
All right. So, to give us a little bit more of a picture of how does that look like, can you explain to us or tell us how does a week in the life of Shiela Marie looks like?
Wow.
As a med student, to be honest, business and YouTuber, how does it look?
Nobody's perfect naman, so I don't really get to juggle them together, di ba? So, more of my time talaga is not pupunta sa ACADS.
Yes.
Sometimes I tend to sacrifice my YouTube channel. Like, I'm not that so active anymore when uploading kasi super, woo!
I understand.
No one can explain how hard it is right now, especially ngayong pandemic. Ang hirap talaga mag-med school online, di ba?
I agree.
And yung business pa na like, kailan ako makakapunta sa business? Kailan ko sila makakamusta? Physically, alam mo, I still have to think kung kailan. Kasi pagdating ng Sunday, with the load I have from school, hindi mo na alam kung ano unahin mo, kung school ba muna or business. So, yun yung malaking struggle for me right now during this pandemic talaga. So, sorry talaga kanina. Sorry guys, na-late talaga ako kasi I really have to fix things sa store kanina. So, ayun lang din yung parang ganun.
But that's totally fine. I mean, like, to be able to juggle that already, and it's normal that we're going to have to prioritize things over the other. Like, for med students, of course, we're gonna prioritize our grades most of the time, studying for the exam and everything. But yeah, I'm just really amazed by you, Shie. So, we have a lot of people watching here today. We'll just say hi to a few of them. Hello everyone. They're saying hello to you and me. Hi Jinbert, hi Rose, hi Eliza. Hello. Hi Justine, hi Robert, and hi Fiona, and hi April. Thank you for watching. Yes, we're excited to have Doc Shie on this podcast. So, my next question is, so meron nagtanong si El, sabi niya, wala bang milk tea giveaway? Speaking of giveaways, do you have a favorite product from your store?
Wow. Actually, ever since nagkaroon ako ng milk tea store, to be honest, I'm not going to be biased, nahihirapan ako bumili ng ibang milk tea sa ibang store.
Of course, support your own, diba?
So, sa akin, bumili ng ibang milk tea. But, yeah, to answer your question, my favorite would be the cream puff series talaga. Like, yung may cream cheese. Kasi, I just love the taste of the cream cheese together with your milk tea. So, cream puff series, guys. I love it.
And also, guys, feel free to, besides saying and hello to us, thank you for saying hi to us. If you have any questions for Shie, like additional questions, feel free to write it down here in the live chat, and we'll surprise Shie with those questions.
I'm not prepared.
But yes, okay, so my next question is, like, when you're talking about the cream puff series, all of these flavors, this comes with the franchise. So you don't have to think about that anymore, or you still have to think about that?
Well, siguro I still need to know how they do it, diba? Parang ang hirap kasi nang yung staff lang yung may alam. So on top of all that, I still have to know how do they do it, how do they produce it, ganon. Yeah,
wow, so you would know how to make all of those milk teas with the cream puff series and everything.
I really have to. My sister advised nga sa akin na parang before you start the business, you should know how to do this on your own. Because when the time comes, when worst comes to worst, your people leaves you, at least you know how to stand on your own, diba? At least you won't close the store just because you don't have any staff.
Wow.
You know how to make your own milk tea. Kasi, kunyari ako na lang mag-isa, diba? So, alam ko, diba? Hindi tayo magko-close.
So,
Pero, guys.
We have a question here. Do you ever feel scared when you're running the business? And do you have first question is, do you ever feel scared when you're running your business?
I'm always scared. You know, mawawala yung feeling of being scared, especially during hell weeks at school.
Uh-huh.
Like there's a point in my life that I always think na bakit ko ba tinanggap tong opportunity na to? Why did I say yes in the beginning if I know naman na there's too much on my plate?
Mm-hmm.
But you just have to change your perspective. You just have to think of it as an opportunity of a lifetime, because
True.
not everyone are lucky enough, I guess, to be guided and to be taught how to start a business. So you just have to change your perspective in all things talaga. But to answer your question, I'm always scared. I'm always scared.
Well, we have a question here, pero sana naman hindi man nangyari, or hopefully it won't happen. What's your plan if ever your business fails? Do you have a fallback, or do you have any plan B if it doesn't do well? Especially now, like a lot of businesses are closing down during COVID.
Wow, that's a nice and a tough question, huh? Plan if my business fails? Wow, that's hard. Siguro my plan is to focus on my ACADS first, because this is my main naman talaga na passion is to be a doctor. So if else fails, I just leave it up to the Lord. Maybe there's a reason why this failed, diba?
Yes.
Maybe he has this secret message, or maybe this is a blessing in disguise. So we never know talaga. Pero hopefully, wag naman sana mag-fail.
Yes, hopefully not. Hopefully not. Praying for the success of your company and business during this time. So, you're in the milk tea business, and that has a lot of competition. A lot of stores, especially now, a lot of new milk tea stores are popping out left and right. A lot of famous ones from different countries are entering the Philippines. How do you deal with competition?
Well, to deal with it, actually, I find competition as a motivation, it really drives me to think about more promos and how am I going to promote my own store, on what are the things that we can offer, diba? Parang on how to be more, siguro, yun yung challenge on that. So, how do I deal with it? I just deal with it.
Make promos, yeah, that's cool.
Wala yung competition in a business, and I think yun yung magiging drive. Kasi if wala kang competition, you don't have any motivation on how are you going to do your business. So, yeah, that's it.
All right. So speaking of these promos, do you have any ongoing promos right now?
Yeah, we have an ongoing.
Ooh, our Shie got a little
Giving
bit cut. Again. Sorry, you got cut.
Sorry. Yeah. So we have an ongoing promo. So when you go to our store, we are actually giving out coupons, buy one take one on your next visit, things like that. And if you're from URM and a member of AMSA, we have promo for you guys. You just have to check out the poster. I forgot what promo, but we have a promo for you guys. You are AMSA members. Hello. And actually, we also have promo for the customers of our pet shop beside the store, so they get free upsize. Ganun.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. So guys, take note of all of those promos. So we have a new person who just joined the stream. She's asking again, how did you start the business? Like, what made you start the business? Just to recap.
Yeah, what made me start the business, as I answered a while ago, it was just a very spontaneous decision. My sister just asked me if I want to start it, and I just decided that I am going to get this opportunity. How did I start? I started training I started to attend trainings on my own. Kailangan before I start the business, I have to know how to make milk teas, how to do this, how to do that, so that I won't be alone whenever everyone leaves me in there.
So this business, it came from your sister, right?
Yeah, this business came from my sister. Actually, yung mismong skit is my sister's idea din talaga. So, this is just a very good opportunity lang din for me. Since ayun, mas step by step talaga ako dito.
That's really cool. So, it's your sister's business, and then you were able to franchise it.
Yes.
All right. That's so. How many franchises are you handling at the moment?
Oh, I'm only handling one branch. Yun yung akin. That's Skip Milktea and Domingo in San Juan City. But overall, Skip has 10 branches as of now.
Wow.
And we're going to one in Cebu.
Wow.
And na open. Secret pa na.
Oh no, it's live. We can't edit that na.
Like, people is planning to have their own skit na. But I don't know how to happen. You'll never know. So, stay tuned na lang dyan.
All right, so we have a question here from Paolo Dumlao. I'm sorry, I hope I pronounced that right. Hi, Shie. How do you keep yourself motivated, especially since there are a lot of things on your plate right now?
How do I keep myself motivated? You know, I owe my motivation to my friends, to my boyfriend. You know, because ang hirap ng ikaw lang eh. You will always have your own anchor, and I thank them so much kasi they never fail to motivate me as well. Whenever I break down, whenever I fall, they're always there to lift me up. So I thank them talaga, and of course God. So yun. Ayun talaga. There's really too much on my plate, but you just have to think of the person who believes in you and who is proud of you. So ayun.
All right. So looking back at starting the business or looking back at your whole journey, is there something you wish you did differently?
Wow, that's a hard question, Zoe.
Thank you for the question.
You're asking me if looking back,
yeah,
kung may papalitan ba ako sa mga nangyayari ngayon?
Like if there something you wish you did better, or maybe you did wrong and it gave you lots of troubles during your business, like something you would tell old Shie para she won't have problems with her business right now, or she would have an easier time handling her business right now.
Yeah, that's a good question and very timely as well. Siguro, dear old Shie, sana mas pinag-isipan mo yung system, and sana mas the system talaga, kasi you know, the secret to business is establishing a good system. So maiiwan mo siya hindi mo naman totally maiiwan, pero maiiwan mo siya sometimes kasi may sistema ka na, so you can focus more on ACADS, ganon. So, gusto mag-business dyan na med students din, sistema talaga. You have just to create a system and establish it well para hindi ka masyadong ma-hassle, parang ganon. Para hindi masyadong overwhelming sa plate.
Yeah, so leading on from your discussing the systems, so what advice would you give a medical student right now if they were gonna start a business similar to yours, like they were gonna franchise or something? How would you explain what business life is like to them?
Well, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There are going to be times that you're gonna question yourself na tama ba tong ginawa ko? But always remember the opportunity of a lifetime. Like, may dahilan bakit. Advice ko sa'yo is manage your time and create a good system talaga. Like, growing a business is like your baby, your own baby. Habang simula pa lang, turuan mo siya maglakad on its own, turo mo lahat sa kanya para pag malaki na siya, hindi ka na mahihirapan. Kasi naturo mo na sa kanya in the very beginning. You should establish it in the very beginning para pag naging habit na sa kanila, hindi ka na mahihirapan. So, a good system talaga will help you so much when you're in med school.
All right. Can you give us a little bit of a peek? What does your system look like?
Wow! Okay, so for my system, siguro, lagi mong mag-establish ka na ng duties talaga per staff.
Okay.
Kung sino in charge dito, kung sino in charge dyan, especially with the inventory, you have to be talaga critical about it. You have to delegate the tasks talaga eh. So, para hindi ka din mahirapan. And once na masanay sila doon, once na nasa puso na nila yung gagawin nila, hindi ka mahihirapan pag tumagal-tagal na kasi alam na nila yung gagawin.
That's true. So we have to be able to learn how to delegate tasks to our co-employees or co-workers, and then eventually the system will just run itself and you'll be able to study na back without any worries. So
may worries pa rin.
May worries pa rin.
Pero that's the reason why you can't live a business talaga. Like, hindi, porket nakaayos ka ng system, pwede mo na iwan. No, hindi naman ganun. You have to check it din talaga every time. Kasi you have to check it if they're still on the right path, if they're still doing things on the right way, parang ganun. So, you still have to check it like a baby.
So, we have another question here from Bless. Anong mas mahirap magpatakbo, ng business or med school? So, she asked, what's harder, running a business or being in med school?
For me, wow, that's a hard question. Siguro for me, mas mahirap maging med student. Kasi, in med student, as a med student talaga, hindi ka niya patutulugin eh. Mapupuyat talaga, kahit anong mangyari, you have no choice but to study up all night.
Mm-hmm.
And ang hirap makulangan ng tulog. Unlike in business na pag naayos mo na yung sistema mo, pag okay na lahat, naturo mo na sa kanila lahat, pwede mo na iwan ng paunti-unti, babalikan mo na lang. But in med school, nasa kamay mo talaga ang lahat. Nasa sayo talaga yung lahat. And mas mahirap maging med student. Mas mahirap.
I could imagine, because like as a med student, like you really have to memorize all of what you're learning, and not just memorize, you have to understand everything, because like the pressure that if you don't study this well, maybe you won't pass. First, maybe you won't pass your exam. Second, maybe you won't pass the board. Third, what if there's an actual life you're handling already, and then you're like, oh no, I didn't study this well, I don't know what to do. So that's like, the pressure is really crazy. Like, I could imagine why you would say that. Like, why is that your answer? Like, I agree. Like, it's really, really hard. Like, so guys, if ever you do, but she is showing us that even if both are hard, it's still possible to handle both with the right type of system.
Yes, exactly, Zoe.
So we have another question here from Ryan Josh. Hi Ryan, it's been a while. So he said, it has been really, really long, but I wanted to ask, are you still able to manage your social life despite having both a business and med school? How does your social life look like?
Oh, if I'm going to be honest, my social life right now just revolves with my classmates kasi syempre kasama ko mag-aral, and of course my boyfriend kasi siya lang naman din kausap mo sa buong pag-ibig, di ba? So, ayun. Yeah, social life ko siguro yung mga kasama ko mag-aral, my classmates, basically my friends from med school. So, ayun.
Do you have time for exercise?
Oh, dati, pero eventually, I want
Same.
to din.
Wala naman akong business, pero wala din akong time. Joke lang. Just kidding. But alright, so I think that's great advice to give us as med students, or not even med students, like students or anyone in general. If you want to start a business, make sure you have the right system for you, because like having a good system could save you time and save you energy. So hi Shane, hi Noe, thank you for passing by. Hi guys. So like I have another question. So if ever during this time, like you wanted to start a business during COVID, do you have any advice for those people who want to start it now?
Yeah, it's never too late to start a business. Actually, ngayon nga, mas mura yung mga lease.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, no. Wala
Alright,
ako.
let's just be patient.
Ayan, hello.
Ayan, hello, Shie, you're back.
To answer your question about it, it's never too late to start a business. Just isipin mo lang yung magandang line na buksan ngayong business na ngayong COVID season na magpa-pop and magbo-boom pa din pag nawala yung pandemic na to. And actually, mas mura yung mga lease ngayon. Diba, to be honest, mababa yung mga rent ng mga commercial spaces. So, I think it's a good opportunity din. But you just have to, kailangan mo lang mag-decision talaga. Like, if G ka ba talaga dito sa decision mo. So,
how would you recommend, like, would you recommend starting from scratch, or is there an advantage to choosing to franchise instead? Like, franchising business. What do you think is the difference in load? Or do they have the same load?
Oh, if gusto mo ng lesser load, go for a franchise. Kasi, in franchising, the main store has it planned out for you na. They have their own system na rin na ituturo mo na lang, di ba? Like, wala ka ng problema sa stocks kasi sila na bahala doon. With the training, minsan sila pa yung magte-train for you. That's it. Pero in franchise kasi, you're limited, di ba? Kasi, naka-contra ka sa kanila, di ba? Pero, mas madali. Kasi naman, syempre, sinalukan na rin naman na talaga nila. Like, inaral na nila nito for you. Sorry. Pero if mag-start ka on a scratch, maganda rin yung advantage for you to learn talaga. If you're gonna start on your own. Kasi sarili mo yan eh. Ikaw na bahala kung paano ka mag-hire mo, paano mo iisipin yung mga supplies, and mas makakatipid ka kasi tailor fit. Bahala na ikaw sa budget and costing. So, yun.
Alright. So, thank you guys so much for all of your questions. Hello, Chester. He's asking for a shout out. Hi. But yes, thank you so much, Shie, for having us here. I guess if there's one last thing I would like to ask from you is, do you have any last words, final words, or anything you want to promote or talk about? Anything you're excited about that you want to share with us before you say goodbye?
Since I'm assuming na most of your subscribers and your watchers are med students as well, I just want to wish you guys luck and kapit lang talaga. I know these times are very hard, pero lilipas din to. Proper mindset lang and good luck sa studies. If you wanna start a business, you can DM me to ask for advices or tips. I got you. So, kapit lang tayo guys. Matatapos din pandemic na to, hopefully. Kapit lang talaga tayo.
Alright, before you go, we have another question. One last question. This will be our last question from Ryan. Despite all the stress, how are you two still able to maintain your sanity and look unbothered? So, Shie, what's your secret to still looking fab?
The secret is to not look unbothered kahit bothered.
Fake it till it's true.
Yeah, but, joking aside, to answer your question, I'm not a perfect human being. I break down din. Actually, breakdown ko lang kahapon. Salamat sa mga nakausap ko. And, ayun, so, if you're feeling all the pressure, just have to cry it out talaga. Pero, ayun, when you need a breather, go give time for yourself. Siguro yun yung secret para maging unbothered yung itsura ko, ganun. So just give time for yourself. Self-love, actually, lalo na during this time.
Alright, so I guess that's all we have for this time. Thank you so much, Shie, for being on this podcast. I really appreciate having you here. It was a really fun conversation. And I really enjoyed. And also, everyone, if it's not obvious by my costume and by my Halloween designs here, happy Halloween, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you again, everyone. So the last thing I want to talk about is I'm kind of excited because for the next show, so we were able to talk about how amazing it is that a businesswoman like Shie was able to balance being a boss or a franchiser of Skeet Milktea Laboratory, which is really amazing. Make sure to check out their store. It's all of there. It's going to be linked in the description box. I forgot to add the link to her stores, but I will add it later. And also, so for the next show, on our next episode, for the next podcast, our guest is going to be about the influencer. So we're going to have Miss Shane Uy, who's going to be joining us in the next podcast to talk, what is it like to be an influencer? To handle deals and everything. So we're really excited about that. And yes, thank you guys again for tuning in. And this is the end of the show. Happy Halloween!
Cold sweat, I was in an